Yeah. Top 10 Tuesday. Today, we're doing foods. We're getting hungry. We haven't had lunch yet. So this is like our pregame for lunch. We're ranking foods. Top 10 food items. Whatever that may include is up for us to decide. And I think that's the beauty of this show. It can be whatever you want. And I say we just hop right into it. Let's flip a coin again, as always. You flip it this time.
Alrighty, got it. 3, 2, 1, tails.
What'd you say? You went tails again. All right, you go first.
Let's go. All right, so for number 10, I'm going with Chinese food. I think it's arguably I think there's not only the taste, especially if you haven't had it in a while, the fried rice, orange chicken, General Tso's, everything like that is just so good, especially the little boxes it comes in too. It even comes in cool little boxes that have 4 little things to hold it in. Chopsticks, using chopsticks is just without a doubt fun and a challenge, which makes eating the food more fun. So Chinese food, number 10.
I would argue that's pandering a little bit to our Chinese audience, but I'll allow it because to them it's just food. It's just food. You're pandering a little bit, but I'll give it to you. It is a bit. No, you can do it.
Culturally sensitive and just
I know. I think it's pandering.
I'm appreciating their culture. I'm appreciating their culture.
I didn't say you weren't. I'm just saying you're
They
pandering.
probably like pizza. I mean, they probably like
I
American
didn't say
food.
you're taking my statement as something that it isn't. What I said.
Okay.
I'm just saying you're pandering.
And I think I reject.
Okay, you can. Okay, again, to each their own. My number 10, very specific food item. I will say I'm anti-fry, almost across the board. I think most fries are overrated. So you have to really blow me away with a good, consistent fry, and no one does it better than Arby's. The curly fries, schmack, capital schm, so good every time. I'm a sucker for a curly fry. I'm a sucker for anything curly that's supposed to be straight. Like straws. I'm thinking straws. Straws. Like a bendy straw, so much cooler than a normal straw. A curly fry, so much cooler than a normal fry.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think Arby's has the best fries across the board.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. But there's a lot of other places that have really good fries.
No, there's not, though.
I mean, I know. Okay, hate on me. I know this is maybe cliche, but McDonald's.
Not good. Not good.
They put cocaine in those fries. You want them. You just want them. They're not good for you. None of these fries are good for you. But Steak and Shakes, or I don't even know. Five Guys has some pretty good fries. Some good steak cut fries from a nice restaurant. I think hits more than Arby's curly fries. But to each their own. My number 9 is. Okay, this is a good one. So my number 9 is nachos, but more specifically, loaded nachos. There's just everything on there, and it kind of depends on what restaurant or where you go to get them. But when they put the beef brisket on them, the sour cream, they just load them up, and you get one of those. You get your chip, and you get one of those bites that's just everything on there. That bite is just euphoric right there. So, nachos.
Are you a jalapeno kind of guy?
I like jalapenos, but only not on the nachos. If I'm gonna eat jalapenos, I'm gonna eat them on the side.
I want them diced. I want diced jalapenos.
Okay. Yeah, that's better than circular. Not.
Yeah, I hate the circular how do you said it? Sliced, diced.
Oh, I say sliced and then diced. You like diced.
I like diced.
Sliced is when you get the jalap.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got the visual. Thanks. My number 9. I'm gonna go a little. I'm gonna enter the chip category as a food.
Just did.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay there. I guess we're gonna stay in the chip category. I'm gonna go garden salsa sun chips.
Yeah.
I get excited just thinking about them. They're the best. Because the only thing I almost thought about putting Cool Ranch here, Doritos. The reason I didn't is consistency. Because some Doritos, you get loaded with the good stuff. You've seen that on Twitter. The picture of just the loaded Doritos with all the flavors and the spices. Those are great, but some you get bland. Sun chips, you don't have to worry about that. Everyone's the same. It's consistency. It's equality, and I love that for a chip. And the garden salsa is the best variety. I don't know what garden salsa really is.
Salsa grown in a garden.
Well, I figured that, but like I don't know what the flavor is. Like if someone said like, oh, like this is a garden salsa.
Tomato-ish?
Yeah, it's tomatoey.
Tomato-y?
But yeah, whatever it is, I love it. Garden salsa sun chips, best chip, the only chip on my category, I believe. So number 1 chip.
Those chips are amazing to put on like cold cut sandwiches, especially if you're at the beach.
I lied. It's not my only chip. I have another chip.
Okay. So for number 8, so since it's the category is foods, I kind of went some generic and kind of, as long as it ended in food. And so for 8, I'm doing all you can eat food.
Oh.
So this goes.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, I know. And the fact that it's at 8, I've got some good ones coming up. So that means, hotel breakfast buffets, which pretty much is free food because like the hotel is like already paid for, so you just get you get free breakfast every morning, especially when you're hungover in a hotel. Like, come on. Sushi, all you can eat sushi. What else? Oh, dining courts, college dining courts, like all you can eat, like just buffet. You just go up and get more. I mean, that's probably why the freshman 15 is a thing, to be honest. So all you can eat food, amazing. Yeah,
that's a really good pick.
I know.
I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. It's a great pick. I don't know how I'm gonna respond to that one, but I'm going with a little homemade style food here. You ever I'm also entering the dessert category, so I'm going a little rogue. So you ever make a homemade milkshake, not with a blender, not with like a little magic bullet. No, you put vanilla ice cream in a bowl, and you add a little chocolate syrup, and then you just go fucking churn butter out here. Just pound. You just pound. You put that ice cream through 9 rounds of hell, and then you have a milkshake.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, and you just eat it with a spoon.
That is
gas. A homemade milkshake. There's nothing better.
And then when you can't get the rest with the spoon, you just.
Yeah, so good. So good. So I'm going homemade milkshake, and you have to make it like that. You can't use your other utensils with your blenders, your twisters, your bullets, I don't know, whatever they have now. Homemade, just like they did back in the old days. Churn some butter and make a milkshake. Just like that. Homemade milkshake. Number 8?
Yep. So also I was going to touch on that. I think that's the best when you're having a bowl of ice cream and then you kind of forget about it for a bit and you come back and it's like half melted. So that's when like kind of the churning starts. Yeah. You churn it after that. So I'm kind of also staying in the homemade dessert for my number 7. I'm going with homemade, right out of the oven, freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. I don't think there's anything better. I mean, I don't think it's a layup. It's a layup for a reason. It's a layup for a reason
100%.
because it's good. It tastes good. Like they're hot. They're gooey. They're chocolatey. I mean, who doesn't love chocolate? And I think this also applies to snickerdoodles too. So I'm just gonna say homemade, fresh out of the oven cookies, preferably baked by your mom.
Okay.
Your mom. Okay.
Their mom.
Their mom. Your mom.
Got it. You snuck snickerdoodles in there in the back door there, just subtly. But I like it. No, I like cinnamon. No, I love snickerdoodle. I'm just saying you kind of snuck that one in there. I think they deserve some more time in the sun.
Okay.
Get some snickerdoodle. Put some respect.
I think when you think about
Homemade cookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fresh out of the oven.
Give you that one. All right.
Gooey.
Oh yeah. When I said layup, I think it's you gotta play the hits. That's a hit. That's a hit. It's gonna hit.
It's a hit for a reason.
It's a hit for a reason. Yeah. I'm not saying in a negative light. A little defensive there.
Like it.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good pick. Question for you before I get to my number 7. What's my line on Taco Bell items over under? Do you think I'm
You
at?
haven't said it yet.
Mm-hmm. And there's 7 left.
You're on 7 left.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Should I set a line? I'm just gonna guess.
Okay, guess. Guess
I
something.
set a line against myself.
You're right.
I'd say you have 3. Only
Okay.
3.
So let's say the line's 2.5.
I'll take the over on 2.
Take the over on 2.5. All right. Well, my number 7 is one of those items.
Yeah, that's why I knew you were gonna sit.
Yeah. It was a classic little prequel. Like you just gotta lean in. That's what we do. I'm going with the cheesy gordita crunch. Innovative at its core, You have a little tortilla, a little hard shell, a little cheese in the middle. It's like a quesadilla taco, and it's incredible. I don't know if it's ever been done before Taco Bell did it. It definitely has, but they mastered it. It is one of the more expensive single items. Like you buy one cheese gordita crunch, it's like $3.50, which I know is not a lot, but like in Taco Bell terms, that's like $1,000. But it's phenomenal. It doesn't miss. Never misses, and it's a staple. If someone comes to me, they're like, Wyatt, my Taco Bell like connoisseur. That's a good word. What should I get? And I always say, if you're willing to spend the extra buck, go with the cheesy gordita, and you will not be disappointed. And they never are. It never disappoints. So I have to go with that as my first Taco Bell item, and maybe only Taco Bell item on my list.
That was 7. Okay, 6. I'm kind of also doing a specific item from a specific place, and I'm just going to bring you back to kind of high school post-football games. Kind of where's the place? I mean, I'm sure it's different for everybody in every hometown, but at least in our hometown, after football games or after, basketball games, people would mob to Steak and Shake, right? Mainly. And whenever I went to Steak and Shake, maybe this is maybe why I gained some pounds, but I would get the greasiest item on the menu, damn near, what it felt like, the Frisco Melt. You've got the double patty, the cheese. It's all greasy. It makes your hands freaking wet. It's got the Frisco sauce, which makes it, the best. And just every bite of it is just delicious. And you can just pound it, and it feels like 3 minutes. Just easy 800 calories, but not good for you, but amazing. Tastes amazing. Nostalgic for me personally, but
I would not have put that on my list, but I don't hate it. I really don't.
I would not have put. I don't have any Taco Bell items on my list, so just saying.
Fair enough. All right, I'm gonna go. We're on 6. My 6 is very specific. It's almost like a experience rather than a food. But I know it's a food. I take that back. That didn't make sense. It's movie theater popcorn. Okay. But you have to be in the movie theater. You can't just make it outside of that. Like you have to experience it in the confines of a movie. And I think you just butter it up. You butter that thing up. I mean, it's worth $8.50 or whatever how much they're charging. Ridiculous amounts, but fair enough. It's worth it. It's worth every penny because you sit there and you munch on popcorn the whole time. And you never get to the bottom. I've never finished one of those things, no matter how small it is. Like even if you have the smallest of smalls for like $10, like a cup size, you just never somehow reach the bottom of it. I think it's never ending. And movie theater popcorn slaps every single time.
I mean, you've got those little seasonings you can add too, everything like that. And I would hate to go back on my own, but there is all-you-can-eat popcorn. They're like the refillable buckets. So,
not wrong.
Yeah, that's a good option. So for number 5, I'm doing tacos, but I know that's very generic. I'm gonna say from your local Mexican restaurant. It's kind of like the whole experience thing with the movie theater popcorn. Kind of going to your local restaurant, getting maybe a marg, kind of relaxing, some chips and salsa to warm up, and then, you get your tacos or your burritos or your option choice. Just like that food from your local Mexican restaurant, is just, they know how to make it, and they know how to make it well, and it's so good. And I think you never have a unhappy time in eating some good Mexican food in a Mexican restaurant.
I like it. I like that. I mean, each person watching has their own image in mind, and I like that. Everyone's has their own experience with those tacos, and it's a special feeling. I'm a big taco guy. And I guess in light of this show, Taco Tuesdays, Top 10 Tuesdays. Imagine. I hope there's someone out there right now eating tacos on Tuesday while watching Top 10 Tuesdays. If you are, send a picture. I want to see it. I want proof because that's a heavenly experience that everyone needs to have at one point. But my number, what are we, 6? 5? 5. My number 5, dabbling back into, I'm dipping my toes back into the dessert category. Okay. This is, I don't even know if they still make these, but it's probably under a different name. They took a lot of good desserts as kids and like rebranded them, and they're awful now. Maybe just because our taste buds grew up, but do you remember Ho-Ho's? Ho-Ho's slap. So good. You got a little swirl. Did you ever they had like the hard chocolate shell.
Yeah.
Did you ever
hard
peel off just the chocolate shell? Eat that.
You gotta eat the way. You gotta eat the OG way. I feel like.
Yeah, but sometimes you just gotta experiment a little bit with your food. Cause I had plenty of ho-hos in my days. I was drowning in the hos back in the day.
And that's not the case now.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had ho-hos in a long time. I'm in a ho drought right now. Some might say.
Yeah.
Yeah, just haven't had a good ho-ho in a while. But yeah, I miss them. I miss the hos. I miss the hos. It was good. It was a good run we had back in the day, back in the elementary school days. I was pounding ho-hos every night.
Thing is, pounding ho-hos is not that good for you though.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's not a sustainable lifestyle to just pound ho-hos all night.
Yeah.
You can't do it. But it was. I mean, I had good memories with all of them. I have nothing but good things to say about all the ho-hos. So I hope they're doing well wherever they are now. But yeah, ho-hos, number 5.
There's nothing like some, eating some ding-dongs and some ho-hos.
No ding-dongs.
No ding-dongs?
No ding-dongs.
No, those were a thing. What else was a thing? Like Twinkies? No Twinkies.
What were the cupcake ones?
Well, I remember what were the cake ones that had like the little colorful dots? It was like broken up into 2. Cosmic
brownies.
Oh my fuck. And zebra cakes. Wow, I'm getting so hungry. Oh my gosh. This is probably why I was fat as a kid. So for number 4, this is very generic because it's so it's got so many meanings. So I'm just gonna say the word and then I'll kind of explain. Chicken. Right, you got chicken parm, orange chicken, you got fried chicken, grilled chicken, baked chicken. There's so many things you can do with chicken. Like when I go to Chipotle, I know steak's pretty good at Chipotle, but I get chicken. It's cheaper too. It's cheaper than steak at most places, especially like, places like Chipotle. So chicken, it's so good. So sorry to offend any vegans or vegetarians out there, but chicken's good to eat. And it's good for you, protein gains. So chicken.
Not bad. Yeah, I like that pick. Chicken's good. I'm not gonna argue with that. My number, we're on 3? 4. Shoot, what was 4? My number 4. Oh, this is a good one. This is kind of broad, but I'm going any stuffed crust pizza. Any stuffed crust, no matter what the pizza. Because there's something about finishing a slice of pizza and then being like, oh, I have a whole nother food experience waiting for me in this one slice. It's a 2-for-1 special. Boom, you have a cheesy breadstick immediately after. It's like, oh man, that pizza was so good. I wish I had something more. Oh wait, you do. It's a cheesy breadstick. It's a breadstick filled with cheese. That's the staple of American food right there. Breadsticks, I'm sure it's an American thing, right? Not at all. Nope, it's not. I take it back. But again, I think stuffed crust is an American thing. Yeah, stuffed crust pizza.
Extra calories. That's
yeah.
What America is.
Yeah. How can we fit more fat and calories into one slice of pizza? And we did it, and it's phenomenal. I love stuffed crust, no matter what form it comes in, what kind of pizza. The pizza could be terrible, but guess what? You still have something to look forward to at the end. It's the stuffed crust.
Yeah, I personally do not like stuffed crust at all. To be honest, like at all. Like I'd rather have thin crust than even like pan pizza, like traditional. Like I think the cheese in the stuffed crust is never good cheese, and it's always either too much or too little, and it's just awkward.
I don't think it has to be.
I think I'd rather just have a regular pizza, and then with the bread, with the crust, either eat it straight or if there's a little dipping sauce, boom, little breadstick, no cheese in it, just none of the extra cheese or whatever, just regular breadstick. Okay, for 3, I don't think anybody will really know this one besides me and fellow Purdue Boilermakers. So, Famous Frank's is a national chain, I believe, but it's at Purdue. It's the drunk food at Purdue. It's a little food truck, right, parked right outside of Harry's, which is the bar, and it's this thing called the Fat Texan. And if you know me, you know I love Fat Texan. So what it is, I'll explain it. So they have all these different creations with hot dog buns and fries and just a whole sorts of things that they just fucking put in a bun and serve it to you. And when you're drunk, it's amazing. And even when you're sober, I've had it sober and it's amazing. So the Fat Texan, picture this. You have a bun. then you have fries in the bun. And then you also have bacon, beef, and then barbecue sauce on that. And mozzarella cheese. And the cheese is like melted on it too. And every bite of it is just so freaking good. Like I try to put people on it, and I think it's like $8 too. $8. And it's just so good. I miss it already. Whenever I visit, I will get one. So, yeah, that's my number 3.
It's good. It sounded good. Yeah. I mean, I've never had one. I kind of want one now. But yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna go with something that everyone has probably had at some point in their life. It's along the lines of your last one, your chicken category. Okay. And this is a McChicken. Okay. I McChickens are grossly underrated because people love to hate on McChickens. It's like a meme at this point. Like, oh, like McChickens, whatever. Like, I don't know. Yeah. McChickens they go. They go every time. And like, don't let anyone tell you they don't. Don't let the Chick-fil-A shamers out there. They love Chick-fil-A lovers love to hate on the McChicken. That's their favorite thing to do. They don't even like their own Chick-fil-A sandwich. They just like hating on other things.
But you can't get a Chick-fil-A sandwich on Sunday, but you can get a McChicken.
You could get 10 McChickens on a Sunday, and then guess what? They'll be like, "Are you sure you don't want 11? Do you want more?" That's the McChicken way. McChickens, they're $1. Yeah. They're like $1.09. Like they're good, efficient, cheap, and they're just tasty. They're overall tasty. And if you're a if you're a McChicken lover out there, don't let anyone tell you otherwise that it's not good. It's gas 100% of the time. We have your back here. McChickens go every time.
Yeah, and definitely also, I don't know if you've ever tried this, but if you get a McChicken and a McDouble and you put them on top, like make them into one sandwich, the McGangbang, so good. Definitely hits. Okay, so my number 2, it's kind of also along the lines of chicken, where it's very broad and very generic. But I'm going with chocolate. Got a lot of diversity. Not like diversity like that, but like versatile. It's versatile. It's got
diversity was a strange choice of words there for the chocolate.
Yeah, okay, but there's also white chocolate, and dark chocolate. So. Yeah, exactly. But chocolate's good in everything. You got breakfast. You can have chocolate chip pancakes, chocolate chip waffles, chocolate muffins. And those amazing. Breakfast and just snacks, like snacking throughout the day, just having a little piece of chocolate, like makes you feel good. Even dark chocolate's good for you too. It's just, I don't know. I guess I just have a sweet tooth, and I'm a big chocolate lover. But chocolate for sure. I would love to be in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. That's for sure. That'd be a dream of mine, honestly.
It's a good answer. I mean, I'm not a chocolate guy myself. I'm like a noted non-chocolate guy, but I get it. I can appreciate someone's love for chocolate. And I think that's very grown of me and very mature. So thank you, Wyatt. Nice. So my number 2, we're going, like I teased earlier, I have another chip on here. I guess it's kind of, in my head, I think chips are flat. So I don't know if this is like a chip. It's kind of a chip, a snack. I'm going Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I consider those like
it's a
chip-esque.
Yeah, but when I think chip, don't you think flat? Like
yeah, or at least flattish.
Yeah. So I'm going Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Let me let you in on a little life hack here. We need water to like live as humans. Fun fact.
Wow.
We need a lot of it too, and notably, I don't drink enough water. I need to drink more water, and so what I do when I need to drink more water, what do? I grab myself a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos because I am what some people like to call a little bitch. And when you're a little bitch, you can't handle hot stuff. And I can barely get through a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So what I do is I grab myself a bag, and if I'm going through one bag, a normal size of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I will drink like 2 of these. And this is 60 ounces right here. That's my weekly water fill right there. Close. I didn't do the math. But I'm going to drink a lot of water to get through that bag. And I enjoy the taste. It's like, I don't know. It's a life hack that I learned very early on in my college days, where if I need to drink more water, I feel myself dehydrated, I go to the store, buy myself some Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And for that, I put them at my number 2. Thank you.
So could you just say all spicy foods, or
No,
specifically no? I personally am just not a bitch, and so I'm just gonna like eat flaming hot. When I eat flaming hot Cheetos, I'm just gonna eat them straight and just suffer, and then have my water after I'm done with my bag, and then wipe off your hands. That's the one thing I do have with flaming hot Cheetos. The hands, the hands get dirty, and even when you like, yeah, that was a little ASMR. They're still dirty, and you still have to wash them off every so you can't really be on your phone.
Yeah.
You can't really be on
No,
your phone.
you're right. You're okay. You have to master the keep it in the bag, straight to bag to mouth.
Ooh.
You got to go bag to mouth.
Okay.
I've mastered that one because you keep the hands out of it. Bag to mouth is the strategy there. Another life hack.
Okay, and for my number one, it's kind of like along the lines of the all you can eat thing. So my number one food is free food. Nothing beats free food. Like you get a free meal or something. You get like that award for a free meal at McDonald's or Chipotle, and you go use it. There's nothing better than that feeling of having food for free, especially if it's food you like, or your mom's making something for you after you've been at college all the time, spending money and making your own food. Like there's nothing better than just free food, right? You go to a conference or something, and they give you free food. It's free, and it's food, and food's kind of expensive-ish. So free food, nothing beats it. Nothing beats it.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. The only thing that's better than free food is earned food. You work hard to make $1, and you choose.
Is that your number one?
No.
I was gonna say
But
that is the
you can.
worst
That'd be
number one I've
crazy.
ever
It's
heard
not my
in
number
life.
one. But can you imagine? You work hard. You're out there just chopping down trees, whatever you do, and you work hard. You get that paycheck at the end of the day, and you choose. You make the conscious choice to go spend money on food. That should mean more. And you don't want there's no handouts. No handouts in the food game. Free food, yeah, it's a
So
handout.
you're telling me if I just gave you some free food and said it's completely free,
I would pay you. No, I wouldn't.
Shut up. Yeah, you'd take
It's
it.
the principle of it,
Stop.
though.
I think
It means more.
you're just playing devil's advocate here right now,
100%.
and you're not being truthful because you'd rather have free food than earned food.
Okay, I'd rather have free food, but I think the quality of knowing I earned this. Also, I was gonna say right now, my number one is your under hit. You bet the over. You lost that bet. It was my second Taco Bell item. Is the Beefy 5-layer burrito. It is the greatest thing on the menu, and I'll get to that in a second. But knowing that I can spend $2 of my own money, I'm giving something up for this Beefy 5-layer burrito in return. It means more to me rather than just being handed it.
Technically, nothing's free. You learned that in econ with Mr. Turk.
No such thing as a free lunch.
But there is really, there really is. You see posters for something. It's like, oh, come to this free food. Like free food. Like you're saving $7. Like let's say you had to go. You had no grocery. You haven't gone grocery shopping. You would have to go to Chipotle and spend $8 on food, or you could just go to this thing and get free food there.
How did you get to this thing with free food?
Walking.
That's calories.
free?
It's not free.
Yeah, but I'm making that up and more. With the free food.
Opportunity cost. You could have been saving
I wanna burn
cancer.
calories. I got some extra weight. You know what I'm saying?
You could have been protecting people, but you weren't.
How are you? Going
How many people died for you to have?
How are you going to Taco Bell? With a car with gas that you're spending more money?
Yeah, I never said it's free.
Okay.
You're the one claiming it's free. How many people died for you to get your free food? At least half of one, a person. At least that blood is on your hands. That blood is on your hands.
I'm not eating people.
But you could have saved them. You could have saved them. Anyway, Beefy 5-layer burrito. It's the number one thing on the menu. It's the best. If you go to Taco Bell and you don't want to spend $2 whatever on the cheesy gordita crunch, you get the Beefy 5-layer burrito. It's got it all. I mean, Taco Bell has 7 ingredients, and they just put it all in this bun burrito, and it's incredible, and it's phenomenal. It's the best thing on the Taco Bell menu, and I'm a Taco Bell guy through and through. I live Moss. It's a lifestyle. It's what I do, and so I'd be remiss if I didn't put a Taco Bell item at number one, and so I am Beefy 5-layer burrito. That's our list. Any final thoughts on your list?
I mean, personally, I think it's just actually I don't think there's a debate. I think my list is just better. I'm sorry. I think the polls will decide that. So I don't know if I may be a new face, to this podcast and to this Good Time Media, but I mean, come on, just look at what I have and look at what he has, and you know.
All right, and you guys can vote on Twitter at Good Time Content. Vote which one you liked better. That'll be up on Wednesday, depending on when you're watching this. So vote, and yeah, you decide who wins. We'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.
Yeah, dream girl, dreaming, I be dreaming. Missing all the days you got me fiending. I said I love you, baby, know I mean it. Hey, yeah, dream girl, I be dreaming.